Breaking now, new details just came into the newsroom. We now know the details into what happened when pregnant Ashley Bush was taken from Benton County. As we have reported, she and her baby were both found dead, but in different locations in Missouri. We want to warn you, some of these details, they may be hard to hear. These reports are brand new. They just came in the last hour. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker has been looking into this for the last hour and joins us from the newsroom. Catherine, what new details do you have to share?
According to these reports I just received a little over an hour ago, we now know the Watermans admitted details of the kidnapping and murder to their husband. According to their arrest report, the U.S. attorney says Amber Waterman kidnapped and held Bush for the purpose of claiming Bush's child as her own. Amber Waterman has officially been charged with kidnapping resulting in death, and her husband Jamie Waterman with accessory after the fact to kidnapping resulting in death. They say these actions resulted in Bush's death. Let's break down what the report shows. After learning of the possible abduction on Monday and getting the details from her fiance about the possible work-from-home job interview with a woman named Lucy, detectives were able to find a Facebook account for Lucy. On that account, a public post about baby items available for a mom in need. Detectives believe this is how the two first connected. Detectives, after finding the phone, which was located in a ditch, were able to use Facebook and T-Mobile to identify an IP address and see where Google Maps shows Amber Waterman traveled to Maysville and their home in Pineville. Detectives from Benton County and McDonald County went to the Watermans' home on Tuesday, and the Watermans let them search their property. They noticed a truck matching the description with blood stains inside the truck. Amber Waterman told detectives she was home all day Monday when later in the afternoon she went into labor and they called 911 and drove to meet the ambulance at a store in McDonald County. She told them she delivered a stillborn child that evening. They asked to see her phone and she stated she lost it. They asked if she knew Bush and she said no. On Monday, the day Ashley went missing, Jamie Waterman told detectives when he came home for lunch at noon, the truck was gone and no one was home. At 4:30, he got a call from his wife saying she was having a miscarriage. He came home and drove the two and their children to a store to meet the ambulance. Yesterday, a search warrant was served at the Waterman's home. At the same time of the search warrant, detectives also interviewed the husband at his work. He said on Monday he found blood inside their truck and he assumed it came from his wife during her miscarriage. Jamie told detectives his wife cleaned the blood from the truck and burned the rags afterwards. He told them once detectives left his home on Tuesday, his wife told him she killed Ashley and then changed her story saying Lucy killed her. But not long after, she led her husband to Bush's body laying next to the house, rolled in a tarp. They then moved her body to a burn pile, poured on gasoline, and burned her. Then the couple transported her body in Jamie's truck to an area not far from their house. Yesterday is when Jamie led detectives to her body, where they had left not far from their home. What the report did not tell us is when and how Ashley gave birth to the infant before she was killed. The range of punishment for Amber Waterman, if found guilty, is the death penalty or life in prison. As for Jamie Waterman, he faces up to 15 years in prison and a hefty fine. We are working to get the full arrest report on our website at 5newsonline.com. You can find it there. We will have much more on this case on 5 News this evening. I'm Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Also in the court documents, they give more detail on the Facebook page made by Amber Waterman with the fake name of Lucy. Detectives say that the Facebook page was made on October 25th under the name of Lucy Barrows. Now, here's a look at that page. On it, Waterman made a post saying that she had a bunch of baby items for a mom in need. The detective did an emergency request into the Facebook profile and were able to identify an IP address associated with it, which tied them to the Watermans. When detectives first asked Amber Waterman if she knew a Lucy, she said she did, saying that they'd worked together at Walmart and were not close, and she hadn't seen her for a few weeks. Again, according to the investigation, that Facebook page was created by Amber Waterman just last week.
Over my career, this is one of the most horrific cases that I have been personally involved with.
That was Sheriff Holloway saying how horrific this crime is. Here is what we know on the death of the baby. According to information from the McDonald County Sheriff Rob Evanson, reported by our CBS affiliate in Joplin, Missouri, Bush's baby died on Monday. The McDonald County Sheriff said that deputies got a call on Monday night about a newborn baby that wasn't breathing. EMS stopped the suspects, a husband and a wife. They're right there on your screen, Amber and Jamie Waterman. They were on their way to the hospital and tried to revive the infant, but the child died. The sheriff said that Amber claimed the baby was hers. And in that press conference, the Benton County Sheriff's Office says that Ashley Bush's body was found in a different location in Missouri. Ashley Bush was found with gunshot wounds, but it's unclear at this time how her baby was killed. The baby was only 31 weeks in gestation. Bush's fiance tells us the last time that he saw Ashley was in the afternoon on Monday around 3. According to earlier reports, she had spent the day with the suspect, who was known as Lucy, at a job interview in Bentonville. She met the suspects online, and this was their second time meeting. They were supposed to go back to the handy stop to meet Bush's fiance so he could pick Ashley up and then take her home. But instead, after getting a text saying that they were close, he tells us he saw the truck that Ashley was in turn onto Highway 43 and drive north. And that was the last time that he saw his fiance.
The investigation still is ongoing. There are some things that we don't know now, and then there are some things that we can't say at the moment since it's ongoing. But at this point, both of these individuals are in custody. I believe their federal charges relate to kidnapping that led to murder. And so there will be certainly overlapping charges as this case goes forward. And so that's kind of where that is.
The prosecutor tells us today that the baby's body was sent to the Arkansas State Crime Lab for an autopsy. Ashley's body was taken to the Missouri Crime Lab for an autopsy. And you should know we are currently working on any inconsistencies that there might be in the timeline of when the baby and the mother were found. We'll update you online at 5newsonline.com and in your 5 News First at 4. Josh Willis is the fiance of Ashley Bush. He's been speaking to 5 News for the past few days while authorities search for Ashley. Willis tells us he's devastated and he's disgusted with the whole situation, but he is currently surrounded by his loved ones. Willis went on to tell us that Ashley was a great mother, a wonderful wife, and a very outgoing, caring, and kind person. The family was praying for Ashley and her baby to come home safely, but now they say that they are going to support each other through this difficult time. Meanwhile, in a statement to 5 News, Julie Boone, Ashley's sister, says that the entire family is devastated and they're requesting privacy as they grieve. And as we mentioned, authorities say that more charges are pending. We're learning Missouri does have a fetal homicide law. It states in part, the life of each human being begins at conception. Effective January 1st, 1988, the laws of this state shall be interpreted and construed to acknowledge on behalf of the unborn child at every stage of development all the rights, privileges, and immunities available to other persons, citizens, and residents of this state. We asked about the fetal homicide law in Arkansas during the Benton County Media Conference, and this is what they said.
Yeah, well, in Arkansas, if you kill a pregnant woman, then you can be charged with 2 counts of murder. So certainly in the state of Arkansas, I would charge them with 2 counts of homicide.
And as we have learned, it all started online. Ashley Bush thought that she was meeting a woman named Lucy for a work-from-home job. The two met online in a mom Facebook group. The Benton County Sheriff is saying that internet safety is important and to make sure that you're careful no matter who you are meeting from online.
This is a safe place to live, but that doesn't mean evil can't happen here. You know, you should always be vigilant and make sure that you're taking care of your loved ones and yourself, and meeting strangers that you've met online at any aspect is dangerous in itself when you don't know who they are. So we just advise people to be very cautious on people you don't know, regardless of what you're meeting them for.